Good morning. We hear you. Don't. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for doing it. We appreciate you doing it. We got about 32 students on with us right now from 5 high schools. We just got through watching that old YouTube video that you have, and just looked at your website just to give a little background.
Yeah, that video is like 5 years old, Greg.
But you know what? It does a great job of showing exactly what you do in your salon, and all the great stuff you do. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your journey into your business.
Okay, well, first off, hey guys, my name is Leandria Brown. I am the owner of Artistan Hair Company Salon in Clinton, Mississippi, and that is where I am right now. I came in here today just in case you guys wanted to like take a little tour around the building. But I started my salon in 2015 is when I got the building and everything, and I began like building my brand. Well, actually, I began building my brand around 2012, 2013. Right after I decided to go to cosmetology school. So I was actually supposed to go to, well, I went to nursing school. I have to tell like the whole background and everything.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? For, how I got to this point.
Yeah.
I went to nursing school in 2010 after leaving the University of Mississippi. College is great, okay, but it was not my pathway. So I left nursing school and went to cosmetology school, got my certificate. Right after I began working in my salon. I got my lease signed and everything. I mean, literally a month after I passed boards. And I just started doing what I do. It's been a journey for sure.
Awesome. Now, one thing we did talk about, and we see this on your website, and even that, I know you said that video is old, but one thing that we said is in any type of business, anytime you're selling any kind of service, you have to be skilled in the service, which you are, but you have to have the sales side of it, and you have to have the psychology side of it, because you can be a great salesperson, but you can be a bad hairstylist. You can be a great hairstylist, but be a bad salesperson. So just because you're a great stylist doesn't mean you're going to make good money in this industry. So,
right.
So how much of that is as a balance for you?
Man, you really have to be well versed in everything to stay afloat in this business. Like you said, anybody can be a good hairstylist. If you have the skills for it, then go you. But to be competitive in this business, in this industry, you definitely have to have like marketing skills. And those are things that kind of develop over time. You want to work on those things, and like straight out the gate, like you want to step into the marketing world, because nowadays, especially with social media, that's one of the biggest parts. It's like people, sometimes they don't even have much talent, but if they can market themselves accordingly, then they can do a whole lot more in the industry. So marketing is definitely key. Putting yourself out there, making sure, you have business cards and people know your name, know who you are. Let's see, branding, like your flyers, your photo shoots, everything comes into play. Like video shoots, the one that you guys watched. I mean, you really just have to think about those things. And I do a lot of brainstorming. And I'm going to show you guys in a second. I just thought about this when you asked me this, Greg. Some of the things that I do to make sure that I'm keeping up with that side of my business. So there's the talent portion, there's making sure you're certified, keeping up with your certifications, and continuing education, because we go to hair school, but then I know these are students who are not just interested in cosmetology, but whatever your is, you want to make sure that you keep continuing education in your avenue.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. I agree.
I go to different classes. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I go to like hair shows and whatever is in my avenue. I make sure that I continue those things just to keep up with what's going on in the industry.
I do the same thing as a teacher. I'm with you.
Yeah. And even things like I do the smallest things, like I clean up my building. Like there's like so many things that go on with owning a business, and you know, especially one such as this one. So it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, and I've told them how you also designed your own logo.
Yeah, for sure. When I was in hair school, and you know, the name of my company is Artistan Hair Company. People always ask, like, what is an artisan? Why do you call yourself an artisan? Well, for one, I drew my own logo. Hello, but I started off making jewelry. Like I was a very artsy kid. So I made jewelry, I painted, I drew everything, you know. So an artisan is a skilled crafts person who makes money from the things that they
Yeah.
do, you know. And I used to sell my jewelry. You know, I'm just a kid out here trying to be a little entrepreneur. So that's what an artisan is. And I decided to name my business Artistan Hair Company for that reason. So when I was in cosmetology school, I don't know, one day I was just feeling it and I drew it out. And my friend knew this guy in New York who digitized it for me. And he made it, you know, what it looks like today. And I've just been putting it on everything.
Now, obviously, you're very successful at your business, but let's say somebody doesn't want to be the business owner. What are the benefits of going into the beauty and cosmetology industry?
Not being the business owner.
Yeah, just if you want to do, you know, you don't want to be the owner, but you want to work in the industry. What are the benefits of that?
The benefits, if you are very disciplined and if you're talented in the industry, the benefits are great because one of my favorite things is my freedom. Okay. So I book my clients when I want to. I open my schedule when I want to. I do online scheduling. So they go and book themselves. And, you know, I'm hands free for most of that part of my job. I can block off my schedule anytime I feel like it, you know, and go do whatever. I can travel, do what I want to do. You know, you meet a lot of great people as a beauty industry professional just because everybody needs their hair done, you know?
Absolutely.
So you never know who you may meet. I have so many clients who are lawyers and doctors and whatever. So it's like I kind of never need anything outside of that. All of my clients do everything. You know what I'm saying? So what are other benefits? I don't know, meeting people, being free.
Yeah.
The money's great. Okay. I will say if you are a talented stylist and you're branding yourself accordingly, even if you are not a business owner. And I will be honest with you, in some cases, the workers, the cosmetologists that are inside of the salon make more than the actual business owner.
Wow.
Most people don't understand that, and most people don't get that. If you are a booth rental stylist, we're not talking about like if you're a commission stylist or if you work in like Smart Styles in Walmart or something. But if you are in a booth rental salon or barbershop or whatever it may be, you pay a set amount per week, no matter how many clients you have, no matter what you do. So you hold the reins to how much you can make every week. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're just raking in the money. Whereas as a business owner, you know, we have what's called overhead. So we have to pay for our building. We have bills, you know what I'm saying? We have cable. You guys love Wi-Fi when you come in here. So there are things that we have to pay for. Not only that, but I offer services and I sell hair and products. So that overhead, you know, is for inventory and everything like that. So, you know, I'm blessed to make that money and to still, you know, generate a substantial income, but not everybody in the industry gets that.
Yeah, and we looked at your website briefly and saw some of the wigs and stuff you sell, and I'm sure that was clutch for you during the shutdown. Um, now, and I know me and you have talked about this before, but how important is it to diversify your customer base as much as possible? Because I tell people all, and I'm not a cosmetology expert, but one thing I have told young men and women that want to get in this field, that it's important to be able to learn how to do black folks hair and white folks hair. So, that way you have no limit on who you can service.
Yeah. I have found personally that it's very important to diversify. And I say that one reason is because I'm in Clinton. Okay. And, Clinton is actually pretty much a melting pot of a lot. And I will say that since I've been in this spot, we've had so many walk-ins and different people come in. Like, it's not just, we don't just do black hair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like people
got a great location too. You got a great location too.
Yeah, like
it's development around there.
I drive, so you pass by and you see this big sign that looks like hair. So people just randomly stop. And I can't, because I only do appointments. Most of the people who book me are black because I do wigs and extensions and stuff like that. And I only do appointments. So if you find me, you can book me. And I don't do walk-ins, but I have other stylists here who may be able to service the walk-ins, and we get, everybody. And that's important because if you're in a good location such as this, you want to be able to, to service them and make those coins.
Yeah, because you got the restaurants opening over there and everything. So that's a very developing area. So you got in while the getting was good.
Yeah.
Now you want to show us around the place there, the place real quick?
Yeah. So let me see if I can turn this around. Okay, we'll start from the front. And guys, it's not like super clean in here right now. It is a salon and I got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so, but this is my workspace. Okay, this is where all the magic happens. This is just a cute little, cute little area to set the mood. That's where I put all of our wigs. This is our display area. So all of the hair that we have is here. This is our waiting area, and we only have 4 chairs right now because, of course, COVID. So, we try to keep everybody separate and spread out. We got snacks over there. We have another styling booth, and I've been like working here, so it's crap everywhere. But here's another styling area. This is the shampoo room. We have a steamer and our dryers. And
you draw that mural on the wall as well?
I didn't do this. I have a friend who lives in New Orleans. I think she actually moved here not long ago, but I had her come down like 2 days before my grand opening, and she was able to get this out for me. And it has been like a staple piece in here since.
It's like I tell them, any service you sell is about selling the experience. So that's a let's take a photo that could really be a brand for you.
And it's a great place to take photos, but I didn't do it in that way. I have something else brewing that I have in my mind. So yeah, this is my office. We're not going to go in there because it's a lot going on. Okay. Here's another styling room. Okay. These are all styling rooms down this hallway. This one has a couple extra chairs in it, but this is what it looks like. This one has a TV. I just stored the chairs in here. Wow. This is Brittany's styling room. This is like the eyebrow area. And this is my workspace. So it's a little junky in here, but I'll explain to you guys what's going on. Okay. It's chaos, but it's organized. This is where like I put all of my materials for wig making. And here's my sewing machine. So here's all of my work stuff, like what I do. It doesn't look like it's organized, but everything is kind of, I know where it's going. I do lots of hair color. So this is my color cart, color station. Have another TV in here when I get bored, couch. This is where we do shipping and stuff. So this is the pickup area for people who have already ordered stuff, and we just place it here for them to come pick up. And these are orders that need to be filled and that go out. I have all of my hair and stuff locked away in my office there. So whenever orders need to be filled, we just pull from there and put them here. Let's see. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Sorry. So, we were talking about, that concludes the tour, by the way. We were talking about the things that you have to do as a stylist to market yourself, to brand yourself. And it just so happens that last night I was doing what I do so often, and that's planning. So it's not quite finished, but I just want to show you guys like kind of what I do on a weekly, monthly basis, just to stay abreast of everything that I need to do. So just a blank, just a big white folder. Okay.
Wow.
So on, not folder, but a poster.
Yeah.
On here are basically my streams of income with my business.
Ooh.
And this is a very rough draft. So this is not set in stone. It's just basically my brainstorming poster. So these are the ways that I make money with my business. So there are 6 ways on here. And with every single way that I make money, every single one of those has to be marketed accordingly. So I break it down. So I have my salon and marketing and advertising for the salon. I have my online store, everything that I sell, how I'm going to market and advertise and package it. And then I have the hair tique, which is me selling hair here in the salon. I have everything that I sell, how I'm going to market it and package it. Behind the chair, the services that I do, how I market myself, because that's important. You do a service, people really want to know who you are. There's what's called a know, like, and trust factor. People have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you. Absolutely. For you to give them a service or for them to buy something from you.
Yeah, and that's any type of service. I agree 100%.
That's not just with cosmetology. That's anything in life.
Absolutely.
So there are my online classes that I do. I have an online site where people can go and learn like microlink services is what I have on there right now. Soon I'm going to have color services and wig making. So that's a stream of income that is passive.
Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying? So I can be asleep and hear cha-ching in my on my phone, and it's somebody that just bought a class. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I don't have to really work for. I've already put in the work, and I'm just just kind of waiting on that. So, and then there are group classes. So all of these are ways that I make money, and the ways that I'm gonna like advertise and package it. So
I just have 2 more questions, and I'm going to open it up to the questions from them. Is one, do you let them know about where you went to cosmetology school and where you think the best programs are in the area?
The cosmetology school that I went to is currently not there anymore. It was Academy of Hair Design in Jackson. Wow. But there's also Academy of Hair Design in Pearl.
Okay.
To be honest, one of the best places to go here is Magnolia College of Cosmetology. And that was a place that I was initially going to go. I chose Academy of Hair Design because financially it was the best choice for me at the time. And if you completed their program at that time, you went to school for free. Oh, wow. I think like 23 or 24 when I went. And there were some factors I can't even remember, to be honest, but age and your finances and whatever it was, kind of I don't know, how it happened, but I went to school for free.
Yeah, and I've had a couple students go through the junior college programs as well.
Yeah.
They've been happy with the one at Hines and the one at Holmes.
Yep. Hines, Holmes. The point is to get that certification.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of what you learn, and I will be honest, as far as chemical services, that's really what you need to hone in on at school, is making sure that you understand the chemistry behind what you're doing. If you're going to cosmetology school, barber college, whatever it is, everything else as far as styling, you can learn outside of school, but making sure you know theory and, get that experience with being one-on-one with people, that's important when you're at school. Yeah. But outside of that, there are so many classes to learn whatever you want to learn.
Cool. And the last thing I have, and before I open up to questions for them, is as somebody that grew up in Mississippi, a minority Mississippi, like we don't have all minorities here, but we have several online with us. As somebody that grew up in Mississippi like they did, you're a perfect example of how they can be successful right here at home. So what would you say, what's the key to you being successful as being a young person in Mississippi?
Not worrying about being in Mississippi. I think a lot of people think of Mississippi as this slow place that, things happen so slowly for us. That's great for you, honestly, because that means you get to stay on top of the trends. And that was something that I, was very proud of when I got started, is I was always doing either something new or something I had seen done in other cities that just wasn't popular here. So I was like one of the first people to do a bunch of different things and make it pop, and when you do that, there's really no limit to how far you can go. You just have to stay on top of things. So being in Mississippi is not a bad thing. You moving away is not going to change your talent. It's not going to change your marketing. It's not going to change the person you are. If you're a good person and you just market yourself accordingly and you be good to people, you will thrive wherever you are. It does not matter.
Yeah. And I agree.
With everything going on now, like, you can travel. If you want to be stationed in a certain area, like if I wanted to right now, I could go make money in any other city. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to live there or be there. I can go learn in any other city and bring that back to my people. You know what I'm saying? I have no intentions on moving. I love Mississippi. It's my home. And I'm just happy to be able to service the people and bring some different trends and styles that bigger cities have. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I'll open up the questions for them now. And again, and we thank you for doing this, but can you let them know where your shop is located, and I'll get them your social media information.
No problem. It's Artistan Hair Company, and we're located at 400A Cynthia Street in Clinton, Mississippi. It's right, if you're coming from Jackson, it's right off of Northside Drive. Literally, I'm looking at Northside Drive. Yeah. So street is just like a little side road.
Yeah, right before you get to Clinton Parkway. Yep. All right, Solaria Chester from Velma Jackson High School is asking, what were when you went to like cosmetology school, what were the hours and days, and could you go part-time, and how old would you have to be to start?
You have to be, for the school that I went to, there are some programs that do dual, where you can be in high school and also be a cosmetology student. I'm not familiar with those programs. I believe Hines does it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But I think you have to be outside of that. Like if you're going to enroll in a cosmetology school, I believe you have to be 18 or a high school graduate.
Yeah, it has to do with the licensing aspect, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be 18 to be licensed.
Yep. What was the other part of the question?
What were the hours like? And could you do it like part-time, or is it a full-time thing?
I did night classes, and that's just because I had a part-time job in the mornings, and I worked part-time in the mornings at Lowe's, and then I did hair on the days that I didn't work at Lowe's. And sometimes I did all three in a day. I did hair, I worked at Lowe's, and I went to school. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to make it work. They do have full-time where you get finished a little bit faster. And that's like a daytime program. But at night, it takes a little bit longer, but you're able to do your other things during the day if you're busy. So I went to school at 5, and I think we got out about 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that makes sense. We have any other questions from anybody? That was a good question, Solaria. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Solaria is asking again, how long did it take? How long does it usually take to get licensed?
I think for my program, it was about 18 months. I ended up, I think I was in school for about 21 months. I had a little hiccup. I had to stretch out my hours. And ultimately, when I got finished, I think I finished in May, and I got my license in October. Okay. So what happened is, I finished in May or June. I can't remember. They have boards, the state board exams on certain weeks, and you just schedule to take your board at a certain time. The sooner you take boards, the better. I believe that was the first opportunity that I could get to take boards. And a lot of people will go through the complete cosmetology program and never take the state board exam. So many of my classmates did it. I don't know why, you would spend all that time in school and not take boards. Some people are not good test takers, but I promise you, like, you want to take your boards. Like, that's how you get certified. Saying that you went to cosmetology school is not enough. Like, you have
not even close.
A board exam. So I took mine in October. Like I was saying, November, that very next month, I was in my salon. So
wow. And Solaria wants to get a business degree and then open her own shop. So she's asking the questions.
If I was gonna school, I'd definitely go for business and marketing.
Yeah, and then she's got another question. She said, "Do you learn nails, hair, and skin in these programs?"
Normally, yes. In a cosmetology program, you are licensed to do everything.
Okay.
That's why cosmetology programs are, how many hours did I spend? 1,500 hours. I think barber programs are 900. Esthetician programs are 300 to 600. I can't remember, but cosmetology is 1,500 hours. And that's because it encompasses all of that. Now, there are some things that you may have to get extra certifications on when you get out. Like if you want to be in one thing, like let's say you're a cosmetologist, but you want to work as an esthetician. There may be specific certifications for different machines and different things that you have to use, but you're still licensed as an esthetician. So,
anybody else? I know we're almost out of time here. Anybody else have any questions? That's some great questions, Solaria. All right, Kennedy AG from this is a good one. Kennedy AG from Germantown High School is asking, have you ever? How do you deal with rude customers?
I'm sorry, somebody just okay.
You're fine.
Always remain professional. It's not just dealing with rude customers. Sometimes on a daily basis, you'll deal with rude people being outside in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important, whether you're in this setting or whether you're out there, to just remain calm, remain professional, and state facts. Okay. Don't get in your feelings when people say things to you or do whatever. If somebody's late, that's why having rules is so important. Because you want people to respect your time and you want to respect other people's time, their space. So you have rules in place for that reason. And when people rules or when they feel, a certain type of way about a service you provided, you just state to them what your policy is in a calm way. And, That's just how you handle it. Sometimes things escalate. But normally if you're professional and if you remain, like if you speak to them in a respectful tone, people will kind of bring it down and they'll, be better able to communicate with you on that level. So don't, you don't have to get on their level. It never works out.
Absolutely. I need some great questions, guys. Anybody have anything else? I know we're almost out of time here, but does anybody have anything else before she goes? I know she got a busy day. Does anybody else have any questions? Yeah, I had them on a different screen, but that's how I'm able to see their questions. This is the way this virtual works is crazy. But again, and we thank you so much for doing this today. I know you're super busy, and I'll make sure they get your social media information, and we'll take a quick look at your website again after you go. But again, you're doing such a great one. Okay, one more. This is Solaria again. And she goes, "What do you do with dissatisfied customers?"
You have the right to not service customers again if they're dissatisfied and it's something that you did, and you have to make that right. For one, let me say that.
Yeah.
If it's something that you did wrong and you know in your heart that it wasn't right, you have to make it right, whether it be giving a refund. I mean, a lot of times we spend our time on things, and in this industry, it's a creative industry. So, what you feel is right may not be what the customer wanted. And it's kind of one of those things that you guys have to come to an agreement with.
Yeah.
And if you feel the need, you can give that person a full or partial refund. You can offer them a coupon for when they come back. Just say, hey, I'm going to give you 50% off your next service since you were dissatisfied. I'm so sorry about that, or whatever it may be. Just be cordial to the customer and let them understand that this was not an intentional thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why communication is so key.
Yeah. So having dissatisfied customers is not the end of the world, because everybody is not going to agree on things and like certain things. I work around women all day, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes the customer that's dissatisfied is not even my customer. It may be somebody else's customer. The business owner, I feel the need sometimes just to try to make it right. So.
All right, last one. This is Kennedy AG from Germantown again. She's asking, have you ever done collaborations with other hairstylists?
You know what? I'm working on that right now. As of yet, I haven't done any collaborations. I would love to. And this is one of those industries where, everybody's not the nicest, because people like in competition with each other, which is crazy. But when you do find those links that, have the same business mind and mindset as you do, it's always great to collaborate with other people. And I look forward to doing that this upcoming year. I have some things that are planned, some things in the works, some things that I've written down, and I'm ready to get them rolling. I've met so many great stylists here. So, I definitely plan on doing that.
All right. Well, that's awesome, man. We appreciate you taking the time for us today. And this is recorded. This is going to be seen by about 400 or 500 students in Madison County Schools. So it's very, very useful for them. And hopefully we'll have some future customers for you, and some that have, and like I told you last night, you met one of my students 2 years ago. She was so inspired by you. She's going into business for herself, and she's finishing up at Hines and is already doing some great things. And you had a huge impact on her. I know you have a huge impact on all these young people. We really appreciate it.
I just want to extend the invitation. If any of the students want to contact me, you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. That is completely fine. Or you can contact my assistant. Greg, I'll send you my number, and they can contact me for any advice or anything, any mentorship.
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 young ladies here that are really interested in going into this industry. So
yeah, I'd definitely be happy to do that.
And we thank you so much. I know you got a busy day ahead, but As always, I'm always impressed by you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.